26 News at 6 begins with new information as a burglary suspect is shot and killed after breaking into the home of a Superior Court judge. Good evening, I'm Christine O'Donnell. Judge Carlisle Overstreet shot one of the two men he says broke into his Somerville home this morning. 20-year-old John Howard died a short time later at the hospital. Richmond County investigators are still searching for the second suspect. Judge Overstreet told deputies he heard a noise, got up and saw two men. Overstreet says he then pulled out a gun and fired. Sheriff Ronnie Strength tells us this is just another example of someone protecting themselves from an intruder.
Number one, you're protecting yourself. You don't have time to say, well, sir, are you here just to steal something or are you here to shoot me? And we don't want anybody taking that chance.
Strength tells us only a laptop was taken from Overstreet's home and that Howard did not have any ties to the judge. The crime is just one example of why neighbors in the Somerville area have revamped their neighborhood watch. Our Tina Terry is straight to the point with how they're using technology to keep neighbors on alert. The alert system also notified neighbors another person was on the loose in connection with this morning's attempted robbery and shooting, keeping thousands on the lookout for the alleged criminal. This is the second self-defense shooting this week. A suspected car thief was shot in the stomach by a neighbor. It happened Sunday on Westfield Drive in Augusta. Milo Hayes is expected to be charged once he gets out of the hospital. We have a 26 News alert about a decision involving an Augusta State grad student's Christian beliefs on homosexuality. Just moments ago, a district court denied Jennifer Keaton's injunction against the university. The counseling student wants to stop ASU from making her take a remediation course to earn her degree. The university outlined a plan that included a cultural diversity workshop after Keaton publicly stated the homosexual lifestyle was a choice. The court ruled Keaton's foundation was not strong, but could still prevail in this case at trial based on her constitutional rights. You can read the entire ruling at NBCAugusta.com. A man is in jail tonight accused of severely hurting his 2-year-old stepson. Darian Thomas is charged with cruelty to children after the toddler was brought into MCG Health unconscious. Thomas told deputies the boy had run into a wall earlier in the week but didn't show any signs until Wednesday. Hundreds in Orangeburg attended the funeral for two toddlers authorities say were killed by their mother. The bodies of 2-year-old Davion Dooley and 18-month-old Javen Dooley were found in a river earlier this week. Officers say Shaquan Dooley, their mother, suffocated the boys, then staged a car accident to cover up their murders. She was in jail during the funeral and is still awaiting bond hearing on murder charges. In the wake of the Orangeburg case, the ex-husband of Susan Smith is talking about the tragedy that changed his life 16 years ago. Jonathan Carlson sat down with David Smith in his first television interview in years.
Okay, I was stopped at a red light.
It's been 16 years since Susan Smith drowned her sons Michael and Alex. The boys' bodies found lifeless inside her car in John D. Long Lake in Union County. Investigators say she rolled her car into the lake and claimed someone kidnapped the 3-year-old and 14-month-old children. 9 days after her car was pulled from the water, she confessed to the crime.
How often do you think about Susan?
Not very often. I try not to. I mean, she obviously crosses my mind from time to time.
It was October 1994, but it's
Susan Smith is currently serving a life in prison sentence in Greenwood County. According to the South Carolina Department of Corrections, she's eligible for parole in 2024. A man is charged in the murder of a deadly shooting at an Augusta housing complex. James Dowdy is charged with killing Dulistern Kyler. Investigators say they were able to match the bullet casings to the gun found on Dowdy. Kyler was killed after the car he was in. It was shot at several times at Cherry Tree Crossing yesterday. The driver of that car was also shot and is recovering from his injuries. Well, it's a mixed bag when it comes to the current workforce in Georgia, South Carolina. That tops tonight's Your Money. Georgia's unemployment rate is currently at 9.9%. That's only slightly down from 10% from the previous month. South Carolina went up to 10.8%, ending a 5-month drop. Allendale County has the highest rate at 22%, and the national average is 9.5%. Augusta's newest Goodwill Center is preparing for tomorrow's grand opening. The new center is located at Furie's Ferry and Washington Road. Besides the traditional Goodwill store and drop-off, the facility will provide on-the-job training, resume critique sessions, and job placement programs. The center will also include a bookstore and even a cafe.
Doing guilt-free shopping, enjoying the benefit of saving money, and knowing they're helping somebody go to work in the community, because 85 cents of every dollar that goes through these registers and all of our other stores helps underwrite our job training and placement services.
Phase 2 of the project will have a career institute to help people obtain a diploma or an associate's degree. Phase 3 will have an on-site hotel.
Now, your NBC Augusta 26 News Storm Tracker.